Hello students, today we'll talk about irregular comparatives and superlatives. We all know that most of the adjectives have 3 degrees: positive, comparatives, and superlatives. For the first stage, the positive, he is happy. He is happy. The adjective here is happy. Happy describes only this boy. Happy describes only this boy. This is the first stage. This is the positive. What about the comparative? Comparative means that we are comparing between 2 or more things, objects, people, animals. If the adjective has only one syllable, we just add ER at the end of the adjective. If the adjective has more than one syllable, we add the adverb more in front of the adjective. Let's see our examples. The first one, look at these cars. The red one and the blue one. The red car is faster than the blue car. The red car is faster than the blue car. Here we are comparing between 2 cars, between 2 things. We start with the first noun, the red car, the subject, then is verb to be. After that, the adjective ending by ER, because this adjective has only one syllable. Faster than, remember to add than here, than, put than after the comparative and before the second noun that we are comparing with. The blue car or the blue one. So the adjective has only one syllable, just add ER at the end of the adjective. And then after the comparative and before the second thing that we are comparing with. If the adjective has more than one syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, and this adjective here, enormous, it has more than one syllable. So we add the adverb more in front of it. The first cake, look at these cakes. This is the first and this is the second. The first cake is more enormous than the second cake. The first one is more enormous than the second one. Here we start with the first cake. This is the first thing. Then verb to be. After that, more, then the adjective, and remember to add than after the comparative and before the second noun that we are comparing with. So for comparative adjectives, we are comparing between 2 things, 2 people, 2 animals. Remember to add ER if the adjective has only one syllable, and then after the comparative. And if the adjective has more than one syllable, 2 or more syllables, we just add the adverb more and then after the adjective. We have here irregular adjectives. Adjectives that they don't follow this rule. Good and bad. We have only 2 examples here. Good and bad. Good turns to be better and bad turns to be worse. Let's look at this painting. This is painting number 1 and this is painting number 2. Painting number 1 is better than painting number 2. So here is the comparative here. Better than. This is the comparative. For the adjective good, I can't say gooder, it's incorrect. So I write better than painting number 2. If we start with painting number 2, which is bad, painting number 2, so painting number 2 is worse than painting number 1. Painting number 2 is worse than painting number 1. So these irregular adjectives, they don't follow the same pattern. Good turns to be better and bad turns to be worse. Remember to add than here after the comparatives. before the second noun. We have here a common instruction as, adjective as. Here we are also comparing between two things, but they are the same in some ways. They are similar. So if you want to compare between two things or two people who are similar, use as, adjective as. Don't add er or est, no. As, adjective as. Let's see this picture, Sally and Sarah. Who stole them? Sally or Sarah? I think they are the same. They are equal. So Sarah is as tall as Sally. Sarah is as tall as Sally. Here we write as, adjective as, because they are the same. They are equal. Now look here at this picture. Tom is 6 years old. Also Emma is 6 years old. So we are going to use this structure as, adjective as, because they have the same age. Tom is as old as Emma. As, then the adjective, then as. Tom is as old as Emma. The adjective here is old. So if you are comparing between two things or two people who have the same, who are similar, use as, adjective as. What about this also comparative, but look here. The red car is faster than the blue one. So here this is comparative also, but they aren't the same. If you wanted to use as, adjective as for this, who aren't the same, these things aren't the same, which aren't the same, we use the blue car is not as fast as the red car. So we here add not after verb to be, because they aren't the same. So the blue car is not as fast as the red car, because they aren't the same. We use the same structure, but we add not after verb to be. And also we write as, adjective as. So this is for comparing two things who are similar or which are similar. And if they aren't similar, we add not after verb to be. Then we write also as, adjective as. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.